Have you ever caught yourself thinking, where did all the time go? One day, we're busy building a life, raising families, working hard, and chasing responsibilities. And then, before we know it, the years have passed, and we start to wonder, did I truly live? The truth is, time is the one thing we can never get back. We spend so much of our lives waiting for the right moment, waiting for retirement, waiting for the perfect conditions to finally do the things we love. But here's something I want you to hear loud and clear. Waiting is the fastest way to waste your life. Your golden years are not a time to sit back and let life pass you by. They are an opportunity to live with intention, to fill your days with joy, and to embrace every moment with purpose. Because the reality is, the time you have left is precious. And the worst thing you can do is let it slip through your fingers while thinking, maybe someday. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to stop wasting your time and start truly living. We'll explore how to break free from regrets, how to stop waiting for the right time to be happy, and how to make every single day count. I'll be sharing simple, powerful ways to bring more joy, more meaning, and more fulfillment into your life, starting right now. Now, before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from? Comment below and share your city. I always enjoy hearing from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips like these. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. 1. Time is precious. Have you ever sat down and thought about how much time you've spent waiting? Waiting for the right moment, waiting for the perfect situation, waiting until everything falls into place. And now, looking back, doesn't it feel like so much of life just passed by while you were waiting? The biggest mistake we make is believing we have all the time in the world. When we were younger, it felt that way. There was always a tomorrow, always another chance. But as the years go by, we start to see the truth. Time is running out. And while that may sound harsh, it's actually a gift. Because once you realize how precious time truly is, you stop taking it for granted. Think about all the things you've put off. Maybe you wanted to reconnect with an old friend, but you kept telling yourself, I'll call them next week. Maybe you dreamed of picking up a hobby, traveling, or even just spending more time enjoying life, but responsibilities always got in the way. And now, here you are, wondering if it's too late. But let me tell you something, it's not too late. What is too late, though, is continuing to waste the time you have left. The past is gone, but today is still yours. And you have a choice. You can either let time keep slipping away, or you can take control of it right now. So ask yourself, how am I really spending my time? Are you filling your days with things that bring you joy and purpose? Or are you just passing time, waiting for something to change? Because here's the truth, nothing will change unless you do. If you want to enjoy your life, if you want to feel fulfilled, if you want to stop looking back with regret, then you have to make that choice today. Start small. Call that friend. Start that hobby. Take that walk. Do something today that makes you feel alive. Because the only time you truly have is right now. And I promise you, if you start valuing your time, your life will begin to feel richer, fuller, and more meaningful than ever before. So don't waste another second. Make your time count. 2. Happiness can't wait. How many times have you told yourself, I'll be happy when? I'll be happy when I have more money. I'll be happy when my health improves. I'll be happy when life slows down. But here's the hard truth. Happiness doesn't wait for perfect conditions. If you keep waiting for life to be just right, you'll be waiting forever. And while you wait, time keeps slipping away. Think about it. How many moments of joy have you missed because you were too focused on what wasn't perfect? How many times have you pushed aside happiness because you were worried, stressed, or caught up in things that, in the end, didn't really matter? The truth is, happiness is a choice. It's not a finish line you cross once everything falls into place. It's something you can embrace right now, exactly as life is. Because let's be honest, life is never going to be perfect. There will always be challenges, always be things you wish were different. But you still have control over how you experience each day. So, let me ask you, what's stopping you from being happy today? Maybe you're thinking, but my body doesn't feel the same as it used to. That's true. Aging brings change. But it also brings wisdom, freedom, and a deeper appreciation for life. Maybe you're thinking, I've lost people I love. And yes, loss is painful. But instead of focusing on what's gone, what if you focused on what's still here? The people who love you, the memories you've made, the moments you still have left to create. Happiness isn't about having a perfect life. It's about noticing the good in the life you have. It's in the warmth of the morning sun, the laughter of a grandchild, the peace of a quiet moment with a good book. It's in the small things, the everyday moments we often overlook. So today, I want you to make a decision. Stop waiting for happiness. Stop postponing joy. Look around you. What's one thing that makes you smile right now? Hold on to that. Choose to appreciate it. Because when you start finding happiness in the little things, life suddenly feels a lot richer. 3. Let go of the work ethic trap. For most of our lives, we've been told that our worth is tied to what we do. We've spent decades working hard, fulfilling responsibilities, and measuring success by our achievements. But then, one day, the career slows down, the kids are grown, and suddenly, the question hits, who am I now? It's easy to feel lost when the world no longer demands the same things from us. After years of being busy, we're left with a strange silence. And for many, that silence is uncomfortable. It makes us question our purpose. It makes us wonder if we're still valuable. But let me tell you something important. You are not your job, your past responsibilities, or a title that's now behind you. Your value has never depended on your productivity. You are worthy simply because you exist. This stage of life isn't about proving yourself anymore. It's about enjoying yourself. It's about shifting from what do I have to do to what do I want to do. Because now, for the first time in a long time, you get to decide what truly matters to you. So what excites you? What makes you feel alive? Maybe it's volunteering for a cause that speaks to your heart. Maybe it's mentoring younger generations, sharing the wisdom you've gathered over the years. Maybe it's painting, gardening, writing, traveling. Things you once set aside because life was too busy. There is no one way to find purpose. Purpose is not a job description. It's how you live. It's about being present, finding joy in the small things, and using your time in a way that feels meaningful to you. So if you've been feeling a little lost, take a deep breath. You don't need to rush to figure it all out. But do start asking yourself, what do I truly want from this time in my life? The answer is already inside you. And when you find it, you'll realize that your purpose didn't end with retirement or an empty nest. It simply changed. And that change, that's something to be excited about. Don't waste this time wondering if you still matter. You do. Now go live in a way that reminds you of that every single day. 4. Stop waiting for permission to enjoy life. For years, maybe even decades, you've been the responsible one. You've worked hard, taken care of your family, handled responsibilities, and made sure everyone around you was okay. You've done what was expected, followed the rules, and put your own wants and needs on the back burner. But now, I need to ask you something. Why are you still waiting for permission to live your life? So many people reach this stage of life and feel hesitant to truly enjoy themselves. There's this nagging voice in the back of their mind saying, is it okay for me to focus on myself now? And sometimes, guilt creeps in. After years of taking care of others, the idea of putting yourself first feels selfish. But let me tell you something, it's not. You have spent so much of your life doing for others. Now, it's time to do for you. You don't need anyone's approval to live the life you want. You don't need to ask if it's okay to travel, take up a hobby, spend time on things that bring you joy, or simply relax without feeling like you should be doing something productive. If there's something you've always wanted to do, do it. Stop thinking about how other people will perceive it. Stop worrying about whether it's the right time. Because the right time is right now. Think about it. What have you been putting off? A trip you've always wanted to take? A hobby you never had time for? A change in routine that would make you happier? Whatever it is, I want you to realize that you don't have to wait anymore. You have earned this time. And here's something else to consider. When you prioritize your happiness, you don't just benefit yourself. You inspire everyone around you. Your loved ones, your friends, even strangers who see you enjoying life, living with purpose, and embracing every moment. You show them that aging isn't about slowing down. It's about finally living fully. So let go of the hesitation. Release the guilt. You don't need permission from anyone, not society, not your family, not even your past self. The only person who can give you permission to live the life you want is you. So what are you waiting for? 5. The myth of work-life balance. For most of your life, you probably chased the idea of work-life balance. You worked hard, managed responsibilities, and tried to squeeze in personal time whenever possible. But no matter how much you tried, It always seemed just out of reach, like there was never quite enough time for you. Well, let me tell you something. That chase is over. At this stage of life, the balance has shifted. Work no longer defines you. The demands of a career, the pressure to achieve, the constant need to prove yourself, it's all in the past now. And that means one thing. Your life should no longer revolve around work. Your work, if you still choose to do any, should revolve around your life. But here's where many people get stuck. After years, decades even, of working, it can feel strange to slow down. Some people fear they'll lose their sense of purpose, while others struggle with the idea that taking it easy might make them seem lazy. But let me be clear. Choosing to enjoy your life is not laziness. It's wisdom. You spent years working hard. Now, it's time to make living your full-time job. What does that mean? It means waking up and deciding what truly makes your heart happy, instead of being dictated by a schedule that someone else created for you. It means spending more time doing the things that bring you peace, whether that's traveling, learning something new, deepening your relationships, or just enjoying the slower pace of life. And if you're someone who still loves working, that's great. Just make sure it's on your terms. Work should now be something that adds to your life, not something that drains you. Maybe it's a passion project, a side business, or even volunteering. The key is that it should be something you choose, not something that controls you. So, ask yourself, is my life still centered around obligations, or have I finally allowed myself to focus on what truly matters? Because now is the time to make that shift. You are no longer bound by the pressures of work. The only thing that matters now is how you want to spend your time. So go ahead, rebalance your life in a way that finally puts you first. 6. The beauty of slow living. For most of our lives, we've been told to keep moving. But now is your time to slow down. And yet, for so many people, slowing down feels strange. After years of being busy, they don't know how to just be. Some even feel guilty, as if slowing down means they're wasting time. But here's the truth. Fast isn't always better. There is a deep, beautiful kind of joy that comes from slow living, from fully experiencing each moment instead of rushing past it. Think about it. When was the last time you truly savored a morning cup of coffee, listened to the birds outside your window, or sat in the sunshine without feeling like you had to be somewhere or do something? When we rush, we miss things. But when we slow down, we begin to notice the details. The way the air smells after rain, the feeling of a good book in our hands, the warmth of a conversation with an old friend. Slow living doesn't mean doing nothing. It means choosing what matters and letting go of what doesn't. It means giving yourself permission to enjoy life at a peaceful pace, instead of feeling pressured to be productive all the time. So, how do you embrace slow living? Start your day with intention. Instead of rushing out of bed, take a deep breath. Stretch. Think of something you're grateful for. Enjoy your meals. Don't just eat quickly, savor each bite. Appreciate the flavors, the textures, the nourishment. Spend time in nature. A walk in the park, sitting in the garden, or even watching the clouds can bring peace to your mind. Be fully present. Whether you're having a conversation, reading a book, or just sitting quietly, be there. Let go of distractions and soak in the moment. The world may move fast, but you don't have to. This is your time, your chance to live on your terms. So slow down, breathe deeply, and truly experience the life you've worked so hard for. 7. It's never too late to change your life. One of the biggest lies society tells us is that after a certain age, change is no longer possible. That we're too old to start something new, to learn, to grow, or to chase the dreams we once had. But let me tell you something. That's nonsense. It is never too late to change your life. Think about it. How many people do you know who reached retirement and finally started doing the things they always dreamed of? Maybe they traveled, picked up a new hobby, or even started a brand new career. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who have reinvented themselves in ways they never thought possible. And you know what the difference is between them and the people who don't? They decided to stop making excuses. They stopped saying, "I'm too old." They stopped believing that their best years were behind them. Instead, they asked themselves, "What do I still want to do?" And then, they went out and did it. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your mindset. If you believe it's too late, then it will be. But if you believe that change is possible, then it is. So let me ask you, what's something you've always wanted to do but never got around to? Maybe you've always wanted to learn a new language, write a book, take an art class, or start your own small business. Maybe you've dreamed of moving somewhere new, traveling, or reconnecting with old friends. Whatever it is, I want you to understand one thing. You still have time. Yes, the past is behind you, but the future? That's still yours to shape. So stop telling yourself it's too late. Stop thinking you've missed your chance. The only moment you truly have control over is right now. So why not start today? Even the smallest step forward can lead to something extraordinary. Because the truth is, as long as you are still breathing, you are still capable of change. And that, my friend, is a beautiful thing. 8. Leaving a legacy of joy. When we think about leaving a legacy, many people assume it's about money, property, or achievements. But when you really think about it, what do people actually remember about you? Not the things you owned, not the titles you held, not how busy you were. They remember how you made them feel. They remember your laughter, your kindness, your presence in their lives. They remember the way you loved, the moments you shared, and the wisdom you passed down. And that is the kind of legacy that truly lasts. So, let me ask you, what kind of legacy are you leaving behind? Are you spending your time creating memories that will bring joy to the people you love? Are you sharing your wisdom, your warmth, and your experiences with those who need them? Or are you holding back, caught up in daily worries, letting precious time slip away? The truth is, your legacy isn't something that starts after you're gone. It starts right now. Every conversation, every hug, every shared laugh. It all adds up to the story people will tell about you when you're no longer here. And the best part? You have complete control over what that story will be. So, if there are people in your life you haven't reached out to, call them today. If there's something you've always wanted to teach or pass down, start sharing it now. If you have love to give, don't wait to give it. Because in the end, your true legacy isn't about what you owned. It's about how you made people feel. It's about the love, joy, and wisdom you leave behind in the hearts of those who knew you. So make sure that when people think of you, they smile. Make sure your presence in this world leaves it just a little brighter than before. That is a legacy worth leaving. 9. Embracing gratitude. If there's one simple habit that can completely change how you experience life, it's gratitude. As we get older, it's easy to focus on what we've lost, our youth, our energy, people we loved, or opportunities that have passed us by. And if we're not careful, we start to dwell on those things, letting them overshadow everything we still have. But here's the truth. Gratitude is the key to real happiness. It shifts our focus from what's missing to what's present. It reminds us that even though time moves forward, there are still so many beautiful things in life. When we stop and take a moment to appreciate them, we realize that joy isn't found in what we don't have. It's found in noticing what we do. Think about it. Right now, in this moment, what are some things you can be grateful for? Maybe it's the simple pleasure of a warm drink in your hands, the smile of a loved one, the comfort of your home, or even just the fact that you woke up today with another chance to live. Because the truth is, life is never all good or all bad. It's a mix of both. But what you choose to focus on will determine how you feel. If you focus on regrets, you'll feel weighed down. If you focus on gratitude, you'll feel lighter, happier, and more at peace. And the best part? Gratitude is something you can practice every single day. Try this. Every morning, before your feet even touch the floor, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big, just honest. Maybe it's the warmth of your bed, the sound of birds outside your window, or a special memory that still makes you smile. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll start to see the beauty in your everyday life. Because happiness isn't about having more, it's about noticing what's already here. So don't waste your time dwelling on what's gone. Focus on what remains. Because when you do, you'll realize your life is still full of things to be grateful for. 10. Finding peace through forgiveness. As the years go by, we all carry things with us. Memories, experiences, lessons learned. But for many of us, we also carry something heavier: pain, resentment, and regrets. And whether we realize it or not, these emotional burdens weigh us down, stealing our peace and joy. Maybe someone hurt you years ago, and the wound never quite healed. Maybe there's a past mistake that still lingers in your mind, making you wish you had done things differently. Or maybe you've held on to anger, thinking that by keeping it close, you were protecting yourself from ever being hurt again. But here's the truth. Holding on to pain doesn't protect you. It only punishes you. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's not about forgetting or pretending things didn't hurt. It's about choosing to free yourself from the weight of the past. Think of it like carrying a heavy bag on your shoulders. The longer you hold on to it, the more exhausted you become. But the moment you decide to put it down, to let go, you feel lighter, freer, at peace. And that's what forgiveness does. It releases you. It gives you back your time, your energy, and your happiness. So if there's something or someone you're still holding on to, ask yourself if it's worth it. Is carrying that pain making your life better? Or is it keeping you stuck? And don't forget, sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. We've all made mistakes. We've all had moments where we wish we could go back and choose differently. But you can't change the past. What you can do is decide that those mistakes don't define you, that you are more than the things you regret, that you deserve peace, even from yourself. So today, make the choice to forgive. Maybe you're not ready to let it go all at once, and that's okay. But start by deciding that you want to, that you deserve to. Because life is too short to waste your time carrying pain that no longer serves you. Let it go. Choose peace. Choose freedom. And most importantly, choose yourself. 11. Embracing a life of purpose. One of the biggest struggles people face as they grow older is the feeling that they are no longer needed. After years of working, raising families, and constantly having responsibilities, life suddenly feels quieter. And while that might bring peace, it can also bring a deep question. What is my purpose now? But here's something I want you to remember. Your purpose doesn't end just because your role in life has changed. You are still here, which means you still have something to give, something to experience, and something to share with the world. Purpose isn't about a job title. It's not about how busy you are or how much you accomplish. Purpose is about how you spend your time and energy in a way that feels meaningful to you. So let me ask you, what makes you feel alive? What excites you? What brings you joy? Maybe your purpose now is to inspire others with your wisdom. Maybe it's to mentor younger generations, volunteer for a cause you care about, or simply be the kind of person who spreads kindness in a world that desperately needs it. Or maybe your purpose is more personal, learning something new, exploring a long-lost passion, or deepening your connections with the people you love. Purpose doesn't have to be big, it just has to be yours. The worst thing you can do is sit back and believe that your best years are behind you. Because the truth is, as long as you are here, there is still so much life left to live. So take a moment and ask yourself, what do I want to do with the time I have left? Don't let society tell you that you're too old, too late, or that your time has passed. Because it hasn't. You still have something to offer. You still have dreams to chase. You still have a purpose to fulfill. So go find it. And most importantly, live it. 12. The happiness advantage. If I told you there was a way to feel younger, healthier, and more alive, without expensive treatments, miracle diets, or anti-aging secrets, would you believe me? Well, it's true. And the secret isn't something you buy. It's something you choose. It's called happiness. Happiness isn't just an emotion. It's a powerful force that affects both your mind and body. Studies show that people who maintain a positive outlook live longer, stay healthier, and even recover faster from illness. When you are happy, your stress levels drop, your immune system gets stronger, and your mind stays sharper. It's scientifically proven that happiness can help you age better. But here's the problem. Too many people wait for happiness. They think, I'll be happy when life is easier, when I have more money, when my health improves, when things slow down. But the truth is, happiness isn't something you find at the end of a journey. It's something you create every single day. It's found in the small, simple moments, the ones we often overlook. Think about it. When was the last time you really noticed the little things that bring joy? The warmth of a morning cup of coffee, a smile from a loved one, the peace of sitting outside and feeling the breeze. These moments are always there. We just have to pay attention to them. So how can you embrace the happiness advantage? Stop chasing happiness in the future. Instead, focus on the small joys that exist right now. Choose gratitude. The more you appreciate, the more joy you will feel. Do things that make you feel alive. Whether it's music, gardening, reading, or laughing with friends, fill your time with things that bring you joy. Because in the end, happiness is not about what you have. It's about how you experience life. And when you choose to focus on joy, your body, mind, and soul will thank you for it. So don't wait for happiness. Create it. Embrace it. Live it. Because that, my friend, is the real fountain of youth. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's this. Your time is too precious to waste. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment to be happy. You don't need permission to live life on your terms. And it's never too late to change, to grow, or to find a new sense of purpose. Every single day you wake up is another chance. A chance to embrace joy, to let go of the past, to focus on what truly matters, and to live fully in the present. So, I want you to ask yourself, what am I going to do differently from today onward? Will you stop waiting and start doing the things you've always wanted to do? Will you let go of regrets and choose peace? Will you embrace happiness, no matter what life looks like right now? Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much time you have left. It's about how you choose to spend the time you do have. So, make the decision today. Stop wasting time. Start living. Because your life isn't over, it's still yours to enjoy. Now, before you go, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you're going to stop putting off? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's continue this journey together and make every moment count. Thank you for being here. Now go out there and start living.